Father tries escaping police after killing entire family. Bazinga.
Stand by.
This is Jason Carrolls, and he's currently being chased by 12 police cars and 1 police helicopter.
Coming up on break. Coming up on break.
Are you gaming tonight? Yeah, I'm gonna game after this video.
We stuck a little bit of traffic here.
The reason is that just a few hours ago, he killed all 3 of his children to get back at his wife for divorcing him.
Why is it always divorce? Why is it always divorce that this shit happens, man? Oh my God. By the way, I'm drinking water out of a bottle.
What's going on?
I don't know.
Why'd you do it?
I think I felt like I was saving them.
However,
What? Anubis, thank you so much for the 9 months.
this car chase
Oh.
would end in a disaster.
Steel bridge coming up. He's swerving.
Thank you, Brandon, for the 2 A's.
It all started on Monday morning of June 13th, 2022. The police department of Round Lake, Illinois received a shocking
Oh God, Illinois. Wait, hold up. I'm actually gonna look up where this is at, see if this is near me. I assume it's near Chicago. Because anytime anything happens, yeah, near Chicago. Okay. Yeah, anytime anything happens in Illinois, it's always near Chicago.
phone call from 30-year-old Debbie Carrolls, who had just discovered her kids unresponsive.
Oh my
911
God.
was attached to the emergency.
I'm Camden Lane. My kids, my husband, my kids.
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
I came home to take the kids, and they're all on the bed, and they're...
Okay, all right. How many children?
3.
How were they killed?
Please.
How were?
They're cold. They're cold.
How? Okay,
Please.
ma'am. Ma'am.
Chat, why'd you ask me to watch this video?
How were they? How
Actually, specifically, Prospect. Why'd you ask me to watch this video?
were they killed?
I don't know. Maybe he suffocated them or cut them. They're laid in the bed. I'm assuming he choked them.
Okay, where are you right, ma'am? Okay, we have officers there. Where are you right now?
I'm upstairs. They come inside. I'm
Okay,
upstairs.
she's upstairs.
Please, 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 you guys, wake up, please.
Upstairs with the children.
We gotta get in there with the rest of you guys. Let's just go in. Let's just go in. I think we have enough.
Oh man.
42 locations.
Police!
Police department!
Police!
Coming up!
Coming up!
Reaction seems a bit odd. I mean, shock. Like, I mean.
I got blood here.
There's blood all over.
Oh my God.
Is there anybody else in the house, ma'am? Is there anybody else in the house? I don't know.
What is going on? Okay.
Okay, ma'am, do you have any weapons? No, I don't have any weapons. I'm gonna have you step out here with me, okay? Come out here.
Step out of the room.
Come out here.
When officers made it to this horrifying scene, they quickly escorted the traumatized mother out of the room, and inside, they found her 3 kids, Bryant, Cassidy, and Gideon, all lying in the same bed, completely unresponsive. As of now, all the information officers have comes from Debbie's.
They didn't blur that? How nice? Wait, what do you mean? Did they miss something? Did I miss something? Uh-oh.
911 call where she claimed her husband committed the act. However, he is nowhere to be found, so they decide to ask her.
You haven't spoke to him at all today? No.
Last night.
Okay. Where are you coming from there, sir?
Where am I coming from?
Yeah.
Well, no, I was home.
Debbie would go on to explain that she drove to this house to pick up the kids from Jason Carrolls, her 36-year-old ex-husband with whom she'd been going through.
Yo, like, why does it look like someone photoshopped his mouth and like shrunk it? Like, what's up with this face? Am I crazy? Like, I don't know what it's going on.
a divorce. 2 days prior to this crime, Debbie said she had given Jason their 3 kids to spend time with him, not realizing this would be the last time she saw them alive. When it was time to pick them back up, Jason wouldn't answer the calls, making Debbie grow nervous. That's when she decided to check up on her children herself, only to discover the scene Jason left behind. These facts alone are enough to make Jason the prime suspect. Police officers decide to check on the whole house and confirm that the suspect is on the loose and not hiding somewhere at the crime scene.
I want to make sure no one is hiding in the house that we're missing out on. If you guys want to be, I'm going to check the rest of these rooms. Police department!
They both did it. I'm changing my... No, they didn't. What? No. The mom is not involved. The mom did not do it. You think the mom did it? You're kind of silly.
I got a knife in the bathroom.
You got a knife there?
I got a knife in the bathroom.
We'll see.
Okay.
All right. If the mom didn't do it, you owe me 5 gifted subs. Deal?
Let's leave the house.
This address sounds
And if the mom did have something to do with it, I give you a free sub.
familiar. Okay, I'll come from over here and look in there.
Too poor for that?
I don't see anything in here. So I feel
Too
pretty
bad.
confident up here.
You already
I'm guessing
agreed.
anybody but
You
her
shook
rest of them,
hands.
right?
He's coming up.
That's it.
It seems like Jason is not in the house. The only thing this female officer finds is this knife near the bloodied sink, along with a bloody razor blade. These could be possible murder weapons that Jason used in this disturbing crime.
What do you mean a razor blade?
However, when the medical
Okay, I thought, okay, so like an actual like razor, okay. I was like, oh.
examiners arrived at the scene and had their first look of the victims, they would quickly dismiss this theory entirely.
So, I don't see it. Do you guys see the wounds on the kids? Because there's a lot of blood. I don't want to make you guys touch or anything with the body.
I don't see anything other than blood to the hands here.
I mean, it's nothing that would ever be worth resuscitating at this point because they're just... What I'm wondering is if this is Dad.
I'm not sure whose that is, but I don't believe it's one of theirs.
The victims had large, strange markings on their necks. The lips, skin, and even nails on all 3 of them were completely blue. It was clear the victims had been choked, but there were no signs of stab wounds or similar on their bodies.
Was it the kids fighting back?
This made the officers question where exactly all the blood had come from. In every room the officers would look through, there were pools of it, especially in the master bedroom where the victims were found. This is where one of the officers would find a trail of blood droplets leading downstairs into the kitchen, where she would find their biggest clue yet. A letter to Debbie. Despite the difficult handwriting, there are several clues in the narrative proving that Jason Carrolls wrote this note and left it in plain sight for Debbie to find. According to Jason, their marriage lasted for 7 years before they filed for divorce and fought in court over the full custody of their children. Halfway through the note, it seems that Jason lost the court. And this is also confirmed by the disturbing sentence written in the middle of the note. If I can't have them, neither can you. Finally, Jason ends the letter by saying he would end everything on his terms. Yet it wasn't the most horrifying thing the officer would discover in the same room. She'd find another writing, now on the board. I'm sorry, I loved them too much to leave them behind. You promised, you swore, you lied. This is not just evidence. This is a confession that whatever happened to their kids, he knows the absolute truth. But if he did what he promised to do, then police officers would have more trouble finding his body than his confession. But luck was on the officer's side this time. Something was missing in that house, specifically in the garage. Jason's red 2010 Nissan Maxima, a significant clue that would help them find Jason. Moments later, the Round Lake Beach police would alert police departments across the Chicago area to look for that exact car. The clock.
Okay, here's what I think happened. It's either the kids fought back, kind of unlikely, but potentially. Because if he strangled the children, like obviously the others would see it happening, freak out, and try to fight back. Or he like tried to game end himself and then it like didn't work out or he panicked or something. Retro Bisco, thank you so much for 5 gifted subs. I'll accept that as my win.
Was ticking, but it wouldn't be long before an Illinois state officer discovered a car that fit the description perfectly and attempted a traffic stop. They weren't sure if this was their guy until the driver stepped on the gas and sped away quickly. This would result in a major police chase that would draft helicopters and a dozen units, ending in absolute disaster. But before we get to that, we gotta talk about the sponsor of today's video.
Morgan & Morgan. Are you guys Morgan with the largest Morgan in the law injury law Morgan? Well, Morgan & Morgan will Morgan in the morning with Morgan. And Morgan will law in the Morgan. Morgan.com and the Morgan.
/insanity, found in the description. With that said, let's catch back up with Jason, who just sped away from the officer that tried to stop him. That officer wasted no time in calling all available units to help catch him, including a police helicopter equipped with thermal vision. The adrenaline-pumping chase continued like this for 17 minutes, with police driving as fast as possible, but Jason somehow going quicker, even managing to slip out of the helicopter's vision for a brief time.
You got visual?
Stationary westbound center with K9.
Fruit Loops, thank you so much for 5 gifted subs.
From westbound passenger Richards, westbound passenger Richards.
Alright, 132, I'm following him with state units. Looks like he's got a 1050 on 80 here.
Outside shoulder now, outside shoulder.
Go right on him now, he's caught up to traffic.
541 on him.
I got him too.
Yep, moving over.
Come up on bridge, outside shoulder.
If Jason had more fuel than the helicopter, there might have been a slight chance he could have gotten away. But suddenly, this happens.
Westbound past Chicago, Steel
Bridge coming up.
Steel bridge coming up. Continuing. Up. Vehicles off the roadway. Here
Oh, shit.
He came all the way down, sorry.
Water
Oh, that was off a ramp too.
Street, Water Street in Duncan. Water Street, Duncan.
What happened?
Street in Duncan.
Hope it was painful. Yes, I really hope he didn't die on impact or anything. I hope he suffers. You think he did it on purpose? Yeah, it did seem like he swerved. Oh no, he got in a wreck. Oh no. Oh, he's in severe pain. Oh no.
Keep him there! All right, man, keep him there!
Oh, damn.
Can you see his hands?
Yeah. Come up. No, I'm not gonna shoot you.
You should. Shoot him in the kneecaps.
Put your hands on the car.
Shoot him in the dick.
Put your other hand out the car.
You got any weapons in the car?
No, sir, I don't know.
No knives, no nothing.
My plan was to...
What? Leg right now, lacerations up on the arms, hands.
My plan was to drive...
Hey, man, can you feel your feet?
No one cares, man. No one cares. No one cares about your evil plan. I'm sorry.
Don't move your legs. You go your toes right now.
I was gonna commit suicide because I'm a coward and I'm a bitch. But I unsuccessfully didn't kill myself. And now it sucks. Good! I'm glad! Cause now you can suffer!
Anything else, right? You don't know? Keep your eyes open for us, okay, bud?
How much you want to bet he guilt tripped her into letting him see the kids and this is what happened? I mean, that makes sense, yeah.
What's that? That's good, man. Okay, it's good news you didn't hurt anyone. I mean, it's not yourself.
Further inspection of Jason's state proves that Jason is unharmed, but clearly struggles to stay semi-conscious. But even then, he has enough strength to admit what he did back at the house.
You think?
You think you hurt your kids? They tried to get over, and then I woke up, and all of a sudden, they were dead.
I had no idea what happened. I blacked out. All of a sudden, they were dead. Some like demon creature, reached its slimy tentacles inside all my holes and made me want to do it. I didn't do it. I had no idea it happened. Shut the fuck up! I'm tired of that excuse.
You don't remember what happened? I mean, I know what I did, but...
Oh yeah, you're right. It's ADHD. I forget. Like that last guy.
I didn't feel like it was me doing it. I don't understand. All right, man. Well, we're here to help you, okay? Where are you from? Don't you know there's stuff from here? You know what I did. I've heard some stuff. I mean, it's all kind of new to me. I mean, I'm not gathering enough based on what you said. To be with them.
So, hey, we gotta get him out.
You wanted to be with them?
Control of his hands, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Figure this out with the fire department.
For the next 10 minutes, a team of rescuers would be working hard to cut off the roof of his vehicle and get him out safely. Although he looks mostly uninjured, the EMS cannot take their chances and take him to the nearest hospital. It would be an absolute miracle for Jason not to have any damages, especially after a disastrous crash. He somehow survived, escaping death this day. But the person he couldn't escape, no matter what, was Detective Barrera. After being informed of Jason's stable condition, he and his partner were dispatched to the hospital. Their only goal was to get as much information out of Jason as possible about what had happened hours earlier, but more importantly, why it happened. To do this, they'd start with talking about his relationship to his former wife and the mother of his children.
So what's going on in your wife, man? I mean, from my understanding, you guys have had some issues, or
well, my side of it is you can go and look back at like text messages, phone calls, like since we met each other. I've always complained about how she makes up things to justify how she treats me. Okay, I put up with it because I have no self-worth. And then
boo. Fuck, and she manipulated you. Oh, she manipulated you. Is that right?
And she's always like manipulated me and they put me down and been mean to me. And the only time like I've really been mean to her is when it's like I'm not even being mean. It's more like
I'm just such a nice guy. Like I don't even understand like what's going on. Like I'm such a great person and I'm humble about it. Like, I don't even understand why you guys are here. I'm such a good guy.
It's like she said something mean or rude that's not true to hurt me, so I say something mean back because I know if I say something mean, she'll tell me the truth.
Clearly, this doesn't make much sense. It seems like Jason might be trying to portray his wife as a manipulative and toxic partner. However, it's hard.
God damn, bro. Like, what is this? What is this? You definitely belong on Reddit, man. The r-nice guys.
Like Jason might be trying to portray his wife as a manipulative and toxic partner. However, it's hard to
I'm normally against making fun of people's looks, chat, but I don't give a fuck about this guy.
Tell if this is a genuine feeling or simply an attempt to gain sympathy from the officer. So Detective Barrera decides to keep digging.
So what all transpired today? I mean, you guys are married still, from my understanding, or
separated?
You guys are separated, but legally still married?
I found out the day before yesterday that she cheated on me and left me for another guy the day after my birthday.
Oh, boo-hoo!
She's been keeping...
Not the day after your birthday. I love how he added that little fucking detail on there. She cheated on the day after my birthday, man.
The kids from me, but she claims that she hasn't. But the truth is I thought she was keeping the kids from me. But the truth is she was seeing somebody instead of like calling me with the kids and you know what I'm saying? Like I found out she was cheating and she was lying, just lying to me. And
so you take it out on the children.
And like I was just very adamant about it. Because like when you're with someone for 7 years, like you know,
the kids were in the car. No, he strangled the children. They've been dead for a while.
Oh, their poker face. You know what I mean? Like you know when they're lying to you.
I get you.
Like, especially someone that lies as much as she does to me and yourself.
Jason is describing his wife as manipulative, mean, and the problem in their relationship, which seems unlikely given what they know he's done. This conversation is...
What are you talking about? Did you not hear him? He's such a great guy. Like, he got cheated on the day after his birthday. Like, give him some slack, man.
Going nowhere, so the officer decides to move on to more important things.
Like, all he did was just murder his 3 children.
Happened to the kids.
If I'm being honest with you, sir, I don't know why I did what I did, but like I know what I told myself when I did it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like,
what was that?
And it was like that they were that like they deserved to be with me, and that I felt like she was neglecting them, and I wanted myself, and for some reason I thought it was okay to hurt them too. I don't know why I did that. Like I thought we would be together, like you know, in whatever's after this life, like, you know, and like the whole time I was trying to keep myself at home, I kept telling myself they're waiting for you.
Okay, so I was right about him attempting to kill himself.
Was it something that you wanted to, for her to feel your pain in that sense, or you know?
Say yes or no to that. Honestly, I don't think so.
Okay. What exactly?
I just didn't want to be in pain, and I think I told myself that. And you'll actually hear it in the last time we talked. I told her it's like if I'm not around, you're just going to start taking it out on them, and they don't deserve that.
So, in your eyes, you're an amazing father. Such a good father, like stand-up guy, great father. And the mom, abusive, horrible. So your solution is to murder your damn kids. Okay, can't argue with that.
And I think I felt like I was saving them. I don't know why.
Saving them in what sense?
From going through the pain that I did.
It's almost as though he believes what he did was reasonable, at least in the moment he did it. If this is indeed the case, it's likely he is genuinely mentally ill, which means he had limited control over what he did and can claim that in a court of law. But regardless of if he is mentally ill or not, detectives still need to build a case against him. So they decide to dig deeper into what exactly he did to his kids.
Just kind of walk me through today, kind of what was going on. How were the kids? Were they joyful, playful?
They were awesome.
Yeah? I mean, they wasn't like frustrating.
Like this was yesterday and the day before.
What was?
I did everything I did. I started doing this morning at 1 in the morning.
So 1 in the morning is when everything happened?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what was going on? Because I know you guys spoke on the phone yesterday, right?
Yeah.
What time did your guys' phone call end?
I want to say about midnight.
About midnight?
Oh, my
God. You guys' phone call ends around midnight.
Yeah.
And then what happens? Were you drinking? You say you don't drink, right? Okay. No. Hey. No, absolutely. Okay. So then what kind of happened? What kind of triggered you after the phone call ended? Were kids sleeping or were they up?
We were
Everybody
watching TV, and then I knew I had to give him a bath.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, like I just something in my brain snapped because of the things she said to me on the phone.
What was it that she said?
That it's weird because she did say some nice things to me in the end, but it's like she said that I was nothing, that I deserved nothing, that I was a terrible father, a terrible husband, and like all these things, and it was like I don't know, like.
Well, I mean, she was right. She was definitely right, 100%.
something snapped in me, and and I know that makes it seem like I was trying to get back at her, but it was like, it was never about getting back at her. It was about as fucked up as it sounds, was doing something for myself.
Okay.
And like, that's what I told myself.
Yeah.
The detective makes a final note and leaves Jason on a little break before they can continue questioning. There might be something Jason hasn't mentioned yet. Something like a sheet of paper with his handwriting lying on a kitchen table and a short note on the board.
Yep.
Detective Barrera comes back shortly after and informs Jason that there will be cops watching him for the next 24 hours to make sure he...
Interesting strategy, though. Like how he's like, no, I wasn't mad at my wife. I just wanted to kill my kids. I mean, interesting strategy. Let's see how it works out.
Doesn't run away or try to harm himself. Barrera then recites the whole timeline to ensure they're on the right track, with Jason making minor adjustments to the story, and eventually Barrera stops to question Jason about one final crucial detail.
One thing I did want to ask was, so I know we...
bold strategy, Cotton.
One of the officers noticed there was a note left on the what was in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Now, was that when you left the house?
So like, something snapped at me. I wrote the letter and then I did it.
Okay. That makes sense then. I haven't seen it, so that's why I was just looking for some help there.
So I think it starts off like I mentioned about how she swore on the kids' lives that she wasn't cheating on me, and like, and then I said I hope it was worth it. It was like, it wasn't like I hope it was worth it. I'm getting back at you. I was hoping it worth it. Like, you pushed me to do something for myself. Like, kind of.
Okay. So
I honestly don't even understand how he thinks what he's saying is like better for him or for his case. I don't get it.
Oh, she swore on the kids.
He's so fucking stupid.
Lives that she wasn't cheating on you.
Yeah.
In reality, she was.
Snap. Like, I don't know. Maybe like.
So then you, basically in your head, you're saying. You're thinking, and again, correct me if I'm wrong. Any moment,
I'll admit, part of me thought, like, if she's going to swear in their lives, they belong to be with me, like stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
This statement confirms the writing on the board. You promised, you swore, you lied. It seems like his supposed mental illness and urge to, quote, save his children were not his only reasons for doing this. These statements make it seem like Jason partly did this to get back at his ex-wife for cheating on him, leaving him, and taking his children. It almost seems like he did all this to make her feel what he felt.
Yep.
However, at this point, Jason needed to rest.
But he'd rather say, no, I did it because I wanted to do it. I mean, to each their own, I guess. I don't know.
And the officers decided they were best off continuing interrogations the next day. Early the following morning, police officers would escort Jason out of the hospital in a robe and get him to the police station, where he would be placed inside an empty room and left with his thoughts. However, he was unaware that his ex-wife, Debbie, was sitting in an interrogation area only feet away from him. Debbie is sitting in a room...
Dude, I can't imagine, like, going on in life after this shit.
Filled with toys, coloring books, and a comfortable sofa, an extreme contrast to that of Jason's interrogation room. The reason for this is that they know for certain Debbie wasn't behind any of this, and that she's likely extremely traumatized and vulnerable right now. Their best chance at getting any information from her is to ensure that she feels as comfortable and safe as possible. Jason, on the other hand, will be put under pressure to confess as much as possible. As of now, Debbie has no confirmation that Jason was the killer. She also doesn't know that he was caught just hours earlier. So now, it's time to break the news.
I know we spoke earlier. I'm sorry, I don't, it's not a part of me that I enjoy. And I do have to officially, do this, and I have to notify you that he did your 3 children.
I don't believe it. Did you find him?
Yes.
Is he dead?
No.
Can I kill him?
Where did you find him?
The police chase about an hour and 30 minutes away from here.
That would be my next words. Can I be the one to kill him?
He's in custody, and we're gonna do our best. I'm a detective. I'm a detective unit. We're gonna charge him as best as we can. We're gonna do this right.
Everything Jason said up to this point was nothing but his own version of events. And Debbie, well, she never got the chance to talk about what she saw that day and what it made her feel. As a victim, her voice matters the most, and that voice would be the final nail in Jason's coffin.
I woke up, I ate, I didn't contact them until I was on the way to get them because they had the doctor's appointment today. I went to Walmart to get diapers. I went to Walmart to get some sand for their playback. I get a bathing suit for my daughter. And then I went there and I opened the garage door and didn't notice anything. I didn't really think about it. I walked in and I looked to the right and I saw the door broken off the hinges. And then I saw drops of blood. And then I turned around and looked in the garage and I saw that his car was gone. I started calling him because I thought maybe he took the kids or went somewhere. And I heard his phone upstairs. So I started walking up the stairs and I just
goddamn horror movie.
Saw more blood and more blood. And I just started saying to myself, no, God, please no, please no. And I go in the room and I saw all three of them there on the bed. And they were waking up. They were so cold.
While Debbie was spilling her heart out, little did she know, Jason was sitting in the room next to her, staring down into the emptiness. Her ex-husband, the father of their kids, and a vicious murderer. It's hard to understand what he thinks at that moment. The memories he had with his children, or the regret he feels for making them leave this world too early. After 10 minutes of complete
he don't
silence,
regret that
Detective
shit at all.
Barrera returns to the interrogation room for his second and last conversation with Jason, with no idea that he was about to discover a major piece of this story that could have prevented this entire massacre from ever happening.
Oh, goody!
How's your work situation? Do you work during the weekend?
No, I don't work at all. That's why I felt like I should be watching and seeing them a lot more.
Okay, all right.
Oh, God.
How long have you been unemployed?
Since December.
Since December? Okay. What'd you do before?
I worked at Bob's Crab House.
Bob's
as a waiter.
Okay. You still keep in contact with your coworkers there? No? Okay. So, ever talk to any of them?
I did reach out to one of them after I found out that he was cheating because she had claimed that she met him at a bar and that one of her coworkers gave him her number. So I just messaged whoever. I was like, hey, can I ask you a question? And he was like, oh, sorry, I didn't get that. I was like, oh, never mind. Like, I figured it out. And then I kind of broke down later, and I was like, I just found out. And I told him, like, everything, because he was the one person that I felt like I could trust.
Have you talked to him since?
No.
How long ago have you had contact with him?
That was, like, 2 days, or that was, like, Saturday or Sunday.
And so Saturday, the kids get dropped off. Around what time did they get dropped off?
I want to say 1. It was afternoon.
Afternoon? Yeah. Okay. How were the kids? Were they happy to see you? Joyful?
Yeah, they were happy to see me. And like, well, because the kids were outside playing on the swings and stuff. So like, I started asking around. Like I was very like calm and I was just asking questions about like who she was seeing, like how she met him and stuff. And then, and she would say, like, she didn't want to talk about it anymore. And I would say stuff like, what do you have to lose? Like whether you...
What do you want to bet she wasn't actually cheating? Yeah, I was about to say that. I feel like, dude, that's going to be so fucking awful. Like, he kills them over paranoia, and then he finds out later that she wasn't actually cheating. Oh, my God. That's going to happen, isn't it?
Cheating on me or not, it doesn't change anything with the custody battle, because Illinois, like, I know the law with, like, it wasn't a bad
exchange.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. It was just I had handled it great until I had gotten.
You handled it great. You sure about that?
Mad and texted her later, and like I don't remember what I said in the text.
Okay.
Because I was just so mad that she was like that she's still lying to me.
Okay.
And that yeah.
So then you send her a message, And you,
And I was getting upset too because she kept saying stuff like, you should be spending time with the kids. And I'm like, I'm messaging you because they're sleeping. Like, I'm messaging you because, like, I can play with them and text you at the same time. Like, you know.
With all of these events combined, there would be one last phone call that pushed Jason to his limits. But that same phone call could have prevented this murder, if not for Jason's hatred.
Oh no!
And you mentioned it was the phone call that kind of set things off, maybe.
That's the thing. Like, I mean, there was a phone call, and then about a half hour, 45 minutes later is when I started everything. But like, even the phone call, it's like it ended well. You know, like it had a great ending. Even the phone call, like she was willing. Sounded like she was willing to work with me and stuff, but I think I just didn't believe it, like, you know, and I just didn't want, I know it sounds up, it messed up, but I just didn't want this to end, like I wanted to be with them forever, and I felt like this was the only way.
Oh, God.
Sounds like Jason actually was close to resolving a lot of his frustration with Debbie. But something after this call and before the attack must have triggered him to go through with this insane and
He's trying to cry but no tears. Yeah, bro don't got no emotions.
Horrifying plan.
Like, I don't mean, like, I don't want to hurt her, but I'll say some things sometimes to hurt her because she hurt me, and like, but I wasn't doing it to hurt her. Like, that was not my intent. Because,
What?
Like, if that's what I wanted,
I you know, sometimes I hurt her, but, you know, I don't want to hurt her. But, you know, when she hurts, I got to hurt her, you know, but I don't hurt her.
If I really wanted to hurt her, I would have stayed home. I would have waited for her to see the kid like that, and I would have hurt her too. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, I would have. I believe.
So you wouldn't hurt her, but you'd hurt your children. Okay.
Jason, yeah, I don't think by any means am I sitting here saying you wanted to hurt her, you know? I mean, again.
I don't want to hurt anybody.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this.
Yeah, I heard the thunder, Amy.
Now, you knew at some point she would come.
Why are his knees censored? I don't know.
And find you guys.
It's got some dry ass knees.
What Detective Barrera just said catches Jason by surprise, because his actions contradict his statements heavily. How could Jason claim that he didn't plan to hurt her when all his actions would ultimately lead to Debbie finding all three of them unresponsive?
It wasn't.
Honestly, I feel like killing her would have actually been better than leaving her alive, or less torturous than leaving her alive. In this context. So technically he hurt her way worse.
You know, about like noon, 12:30, like so 12 hours later almost. That's when I realized like she's gonna be here soon. Like I can't, like I don't want to hurt her. I don't want to, like I can't be here when she's here.
Dude, shut the fuck up. You wanted her to see it, and you want like stop acting like that, bro. You're not a good guy. I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna end up hurting her to give myself more time to be with them. Yeah. And so like my whole
dude, I don't buy that bullshit. I do not buy the kill myself to be with them. If you wanted to be with your children so bad, you'd be fucking dead, bro. If you really like desperately wanted to do this to be with your children, you'd be dead. Okay? You wanted to kill your children to get back at your ex-wife. Straight up. That's it. I hate this whole bullshit that he's spitting. Yeah, I wouldn't be with my kids. Shut the fuck up! No, you didn't.
Whole thought process.
You'd be dead.
Is the only way to get more time to do it is that I'll go drive into something, but then
But then you didn't, because you like yourself too much.
There was just too many cars on the road. I didn't want to hurt anybody else. Like,
bullshit.
So I drove to the city. Which I don't know my way around. I don't know anything about the city. I've only ever been to Chicago like for sporting events, and that's it.
His response to Barrera's question completely falls apart when it's clear his actions left Debbie to discover the gruesome scene, traumatizing her forever. All of this made it clear, not just to detectives, but later a jury, that he was mentally ill and was not fully in control over what he did.
No
in June
way.
of 2022,
No No way.
He was charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder and in February of 2024 pleaded guilty but mentally ill. This means he will serve a life sentence without the possibility of parole.
Okay, good.
While also receiving mental health treatment.
Okay, he's still got life at least.
After the story went public, Debbie chose to start a GoFundMe page in order to raise money for the funeral and court expenses, gaining over $70,000. As of December 2024, she's decided to maintain her privacy, but we can hope she's doing her best to move forward and recover from this tragedy.
Yeah, she should get free therapy, not the fucking loser that killed her kids. She should get free therapy. The government should pay out for her to get free therapy, for her to get help. Fuck the other guy. Man, that's so horrible, dude. I don't know how she's gonna live with that the rest of her life.